easier for me. Okay, so Ramin and George. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, good. Welcome. My name is Alan. I'm your teacher for today.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Why don't you tell us something about yourself? You know, just briefly tell us where you're from, what you do, and maybe some hobbies as well. So George, if you can start, please.
Okay, I'm from Russia, from Pyatigorsk. It's a southern city in Caucasus. I work in Metro Cash and Carry as a floor manager in a store.
Lovely, very good. Thank you very much, George. Ramin?
Okay, my name is Ramil. I'm from a little town not far away from Moscow called Cheboksary. I'm 26 and I work as a manager for IT company.
Very good, excellent. Do you have any hobbies?
Yes, sport and what else? Maybe sport, I think that's all.
Lovely, okay. Okay, nice to meet you both. I presume this is your first lesson?
Yes.
Right? Okay,
Yes.
so you haven't taken any previous lessons with other teachers?
For me, it's the second lesson.
Oh, I see.
For me, it's the second lesson too, but with you, it's first lesson.
Okay. The reason I ask is because I want to know whether you've met the other students in the previous lesson. Have you met Maria, Stas, Lydia, or Artyom?
I participated with Lydia on a previous lesson.
And,
Okay.
I met Lydia and Artyom too.
All right. Well, I presume they haven't introduced themselves in that lesson. So I'll ask them to just quickly tell us something about yourselves, so that you know, Ramin and George can get to know you guys a little bit. So, ladies first, Maria.
Hello, Alan. Hello, guys. My
Hi.
name is Maria. I'm from St. Petersburg. I'm 25 years old. I'm an engineer in foreign company, and that's all.
Good. Thank you very much, Maria. Lydia?
My name is Lydia. I'm from Moscow. I graduated as a teacher, but now I work as a personal assistant. My hobby is reading, watching YouTube, and learning English. That's all.
Very good. Thank you, Lydia. Stas?
My name is Stas. I'm from Moscow. I'm 25. I'm working as a supervisor in big electronic company. I like sports. I like reading. I like cinema and theater. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you very much. All right. And Artyom?
Hi everybody. I am Artyom. I'm from outskirts of Moscow. I am a student, and next year I'm going to enter Fortune University from Finland.
Oh, a foreign university, yeah?
Yeah, in Finland.
Oh, very good. So you're going to be traveling to Finland, right?
I haven't been there ever, but I'll go there in a couple of months.
Okay, very good, very good. Okay, thank you for your introductions. I'll briefly say something about myself as well. As you can see, my name is Alan. I'm Australian, and now I'm living in the UK. I've been here for 3 years. I've also lived in other countries, 5 years in Germany and 2 years in Egypt. And some of my hobbies are sports. I like to play football and watch football at the same time. I follow Formula 1. I also like technology. I like to keep up to date with the latest gadgets. And I also like history. History is you know, is a subject that I'm quite keen on. Yeah. Okay, so welcome everyone. Are there any questions before we start? No? Okay, so Ramin and George, I'll briefly explain to you what we do for this lesson. This is a IELTS preparation lesson, and I do these actually twice a week, on a Wednesday and a Thursday, and we basically follow a website which is called Australia Network, and here you know, we watch a video which is about 10 minutes long, and after the video I ask the students to summarize or to give me a brief summary of what they have seen. And so you can use a pen and paper to write down notes during the video, just to help you. And so after you give me your summary, you know, we go through the actual PDF, which is the study notes of this video, and we look at some activities as well, exercises towards the end. So I don't tell you what the video is about. I want you to find out for yourself. And the whole point of this is actually, you know, as soon as you start giving me your summary, is to practice your listening skills, obviously, and your language skills, your structure, you know, sentence structure, how to put together a constructive summary. Yeah. So, okay, I will begin the video. So if I could ask all of you to mute your microphones, that would be great, so that there is no background noise. And then I can start the video, and we can get started. Okay, thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Margot Politis. Welcome to Study English IELTS Preparation. Today we'll practice using hyphens in words and talk about showing contrast using the words despite, although and but. But first we visit Outback Australia and an isolated place called Maree. We'll see how the popularity of four-wheel drive cars has meant that a lot more people are travelling through the Outback. And now they're even building luxury accommodation there.
685 kilometres north of Adelaide on the Oodnadatta track is Maree. When the Old Ghan Railway closed in the 1980s, it just about vanished off the map. But despite the isolation and the population dwindling to just 80, an out-of-towner is now making $1 million investment. Robin Taylor bought the 120-year-old pub 3 years ago and is about to build a 2-storey guest house next door. As well as a huge function room, it will have 14 luxury ensuite apartments and is costing $1.5 million.
Say it quickly, it's not too bad.
The driving force behind the boom is four-wheel drives.
Sometimes we join 2 or more words together to function as a single word or concept. We call these compound words. An example is father-in-law. Compound words can function as nouns, like father-in-law, or they can be adjectives. Here's a clip about the isolated town Maree. See if you can spot the compound words.
But despite the isolation and the population dwindling to just 80, an out-of-towner is now making $1 million investment.
She says out-of-towner and $1 million investment. Here, out-of-towner functions as a noun, a person who is from out of town. When writing compound words, we use hyphens. In the phrase million-dollar investment, the compound million-dollar functions as an adjective. It means that the investment will cost $1 million. When you write $1 million, the word dollars is a noun. The S is needed to show a plural number. In English, adjectives don't show number, so the S drops from dollar. We just say million-dollar investment, not $1 million investment. When the phrase $1 million becomes an adjective, it needs to have a hyphen added. $1 million, $1 million investment. $1 million with a hyphen is a compound word. Let's listen for another example.
Robin Taylor bought the 120-year-old pub 3 years ago and is about to build a 2-storey guest house next door.
She talks about the 120-year-old pub. The pub is 120 years old. Notice that the phrase doesn't use hyphens and years has an S. But when we turn it into a phrase, it becomes a 120-year-old pub with hyphens and with the S gone. She also refers to a 2-storey guest house. The guest house has 2 stories. It's a 2-storey guest house. Let's listen to a description of the guest house.
As well as a huge function room, it will have 14 luxury ensuite apartments and is costing $1.5 million.
She says the guest house will have 14 luxury ensuite apartments and is costing $1.5 million. We don't use any hyphens with these groups of words because they don't make up a compound concept. Apartments is the noun and 14, luxury, and ensuite are the qualifiers. This is a noun phrase. We could rewrite this information to use hyphens. We could form a single concept from $1.5 million. The guest house will have 14 luxury $1.5 million ensuite apartments. Then the physical description would be a single concept. We would join $1.5 million with hyphens. It's important to remember that compound adjectives, like all adjectives, cannot have a plural form. This is important when describing complex data, like in task 1 of the IELTS writing test. The town in today's story is called Maree. Maree is a very isolated town, but something unexpected is happening there. Although the town is very small and far from the city, someone is prepared to invest a lot of money there.
But despite the isolation and the population dwindling to just 80, an out-of-towner is now making $1 million investment.
Despite the isolation and the population dwindling to 80, an out-of-towner is making $1 million investment. She uses the preposition despite. She could also have used the word although. Despite and although have the same meaning. They show contrast with unexpected results. Let's try an exercise. Here are 2 sentences. Margaret's marks were low. She managed to get into law school. How would you join these sentences together using but, despite, or although? Let's start with but. Margaret's marks were low, but she managed to get into law school. Now let's use although. Although Margaret's marks were low, she managed to get into law school. We can also join the sentences using despite. Despite having low marks, Margaret managed to get into law school. Despite can be followed by a noun. We can say, despite the isolation, or despite the fact I had a cold. Or it can be followed by a verb. When it's followed by a verb, we use the participle form. For example, despite being isolated, or despite having a cold. Let's finish with one final exercise. Take a look at these two sentences. There was noise outside all night. I managed to sleep. How would you join them using the word but? There was noise outside all night, but I managed to sleep. Now look at the two sentences again. How would you join them using although? Although there was noise outside all night, I managed to sleep. And finally, how would you join these two sentences using despite? Despite the noise outside all night, I managed to sleep. Using the words despite and although effectively will help improve your spoken and written English. And that's all for Study English today. Let's have a look back at the things we've talked about. First, we looked at using hyphens to create compound words. Then, we looked at using but, although, and despite to join sentences. And despite the fact that Study English has finished for today, you can continue to practice your English skills. Just visit our website for more information and IELTS tips. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Okay, there you go, my dear students. That was the video. Now, I would kindly ask you to try to keep within a minute to a minute and a half, not more than that, and not less than a minute. Try to summarize the video in your own words, to the best of your ability. So, okay, maybe the new students can have a try. George, would you like to try?
Yes, I can try.
Okay.
So this video is about a little town in Australia. Its name is Mary, and this city, the population of this town was dwindling, but a man, out-of-towner, decided to invest $1 million in the economic of this town and to build an hotel with 15 rooms. So that's it.
Okay, very good. What do you think about the grammar or the English language perspective? Did you learn anything from what she was explaining when it came to the grammar in the English language?
I got one interesting idea that when you use compound words, you cannot have plural forms.
Very good. Excellent. All right, thank you very much, George. That was good. Ramin?
Yeah.
Now give us your summary, please. What did you understand from this video?
As George said, that video was about small town, just completely abandoned, and someone invested how to say $1 million investment, and what else? And this city just has vanished from all maps. But after that investment, it started growing. It started growing, yes.
Okay. Did you catch anything that she was saying about the grammar or the English language?
You know, I heard about words despite and spite and although, and what else? And I was surprised actually that we can mix several words like out of towners and create like one word from them.
Very good, very good. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's hear it from the usual students then. Stas, you were saying something in the chat that you didn't actually watch the video. You couldn't see the video. You only heard.
It was Maria.
No, it's my problem.
Oh, Maria,
I really can't see picture. I only can hear sounds. I mean,
really?
Yes, and the third, why we go to the next level? I mean, without picture, we need to understand about what this video. I think that it's only some exercises new for us, Alan. And now I can understand that everyone can see, but I not.
Oh, right. So you thought it was a challenge of not being able to see the video. No, not at all. I think there's a problem on your side.
Yeah.
What do you see now? Do you see what I'm sharing?
No.
You don't see anything, just my picture.
Yeah.
Well, I think you might have to refresh.
Now I see. Okay.
Oh, no.
I need to change before I in constant when I was starting lesson, I pushed to your picture and they maybe save in, but now I change, I push the Artyom and then push again to Alien and the picture changes.
Ah, yes, but it looks like it's a glitch of some sort, or some bug that happens.
Yeah.
Just make sure when we watch these videos, always click on me. You see my video, my window at the bottom. Always click on me so that whatever I'm screen sharing, that you can see that all the time.
Yes, but you need to remain. How to say? I need. I choose your picture, but I need to refresh you. I mean, I need to. Yeah. I don't know why, but I'm something understand.
So it's is this always the case with you, or just today?
I don't remember. Maybe it's the first time, the second time. Before I don't understand too that we need to see picture or not only listen.
No, you're supposed to actually watch the video as, as well as listen. Yeah. Okay, Maria, do you want to try and give us a summary wherever you understood?
What I understood that what this video about compound words. About shortly in example $1 million investors that we need to put as not after million, not after dollar. We need to put as on plural form only after investors. If we want to change in $1 million to adjective, we need to join with hyphens. How to correct?
Hyphens.
With hyphens. It's very important for understanding when you saw these words. So this word, I mean, if you want to talk about adjective. In the second part of video, they talk about but, despite, and also how to join sentences use these words. Not words, how to say connection words for sentences. That's all.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. All right, Stas.
Yeah, this lovely lady, Margot Palatis, helps us to pass speaking in IELTS preparation. And today she talked about right using hyphens and compound words. It's because it's necessary when you trying to pass speaking. She said that compound adjectives don't have plural form. And the second tip she made was to use more interesting words like although, but, despite. Then you want when you're talking about something unexpected results, or you just want talking about contrast. So it's necessary to use these words. That's all.
Did you time yourself?
Yeah.
Good, that was really good. Thank you very much, Stas. Yeah, nice and brief. Okay, Lydia.
Anchor, this program explained us two grammatical topics. First, it's hyphens. It's used for create compound words like out of town and $1 million. And she said that we should use these compound words without plural form, without s. And if we use millions, how to say, цифры, count, not count. How to say? Okay, and the second topic was about preposition, like despite, also this and but. That preposition shows us unexpected results, and also she said about using verb after preposition. We use with ing end, like for, like despite, or also being, insulation, maybe like that.
Good.
What else? And she also told interesting story about small town. That's all.
Very good, excellent. That was great. Thank you very much, Lydia. And Artyom, lucky last.
Yes, this video was very interesting about little city and about grammar, how everybody told that she told us about not that we can't use plural in compound adjectives, and about right using also, despite, and but.
Okay, that's all. Thank you very much. Okay then, let's have a look. I will now screen share the study notes with everyone, and we'll briefly go through this, not in great detail though. Actually, what I can do, yeah, I will give this link to you, this PDF, just before we finish the lesson. So, expressing contrast and concession. Yeah, so in both cases, not just the speaking, but also the writing test, it definitely is necessary. You know, to contrast ideas, to concede a point, or even show an unexpected result. So when you express these opinions, you might say, for example, though everybody raved about his latest film, I was terribly disappointed with his performance. All right. When contrasting data, you might write despite both models of the plasma television being competitively priced, they differ substantially in quality. Both these examples contrast ideas using though and despite, respectively, but in each circumstance there is also an element of surprise or an unexpected point of view being conveyed. So these are two of several ways of expressing contrast and concession in English. So let's have a look now at some examples of these conjunctions, prepositions, and so on. So there are various ways of contrasting information and expressing a concession or an unexpected result. So in English we have conjunctions. We could use although, though, while, whereas. Prepositions such as in spite of, despite. Adverbs or transition signals. However, nevertheless, anyhow, on the other hand, and still. Yeah. So these are very important when you're writing a task, or when you're doing a writing task, or even a speaking task. They can show a great deal of, you understanding how to use these. Okay, so then we have the structure of contrast and concession sentences. The two example sentences below are used to construct sentences to express contrast and concession using a conjunction, preposition, and adverb or transition signal. So for example, we might say, the fires decimated hectares of bushland. There was a minimal loss of wildlife. So we could use although, yeah, to make it sound more interesting. Although the fires decimated hectares of bushland, there was a minimal loss of wildlife. So you can make that into one sentence rather than, two separate sentences. Then using despite plus the noun, despite plus the pronoun, like this, that, or what, and then despite plus an ing form. Yeah, so despite the decimation of bushland, there was a minimum loss of wildlife, or despite that, there was a minimal loss of wildlife. And despite decimating hectares of bushland, there was a minimal loss of wildlife. Yeah. And then, however, see, there are many ways we can construct this. The fires decimated hectares of bushland. However, there was a minimal loss of wildlife. Okay. Now, this is a summary of the grammatical forms expressing contrast and concession. So this table below summarizes the uses of the three grammatical forms for expressing contrast and concession. So we have although, though, which is informal, even though, while, whereas, more formal, and then whilst. This is very formal. So the meaning would be expressing a contrast or a difference. And then some notes here. Subject plus verb follow the conjunction. A clause starting with a conjunction can be put either before or after the main clause. And clauses with a conjunction are separated with a comma. Okay. So examples, although Sydney is the biggest city in Australia, comma, it isn't the capital. While I'm studying structural engineering, my sister is working in the IT industry. And the last example, the first study examined the causes of stress, whereas the second provided solutions. Okay, so nice examples we have there. And then we have some more. If you're expressing opposition or an unexpected result, in these circumstances, one idea opposes the idea in the other clause, which usually expresses an unexpected result. For example, although the hurricane left a devastating trail of destruction, there were few casualties. So this is a contrasting sentence. Then we have, while the drugs were tested extensively before being released, no one could have predicted the terrible side effects. Okay, and then you have some prepositions here. In spite of the fact that, despite or despite the fact that, notwithstanding. This might be a new one for you. This is very formal. Notwithstanding. So the meaning would be to express a contrast or a difference, and expressing an unexpected result, a concession. So these prepositions are followed by a noun, pronoun, or ing form. They cannot be used before a finite clause. So, despite it is the cold weather. Yeah, it is the cold weather. Here would be finite. And so on. So, an example would be, despite having a highly reasonable job, John's salary was not commensurate, yeah, with the position. Okay. In spite of the fact that more police are patrolling the streets, the crime rate continues to climb. Okay, and then the other two examples. And then finally are the adverbs and transition signals. So, however, nevertheless, nonetheless, anyhow, anyway, in any case, on the other hand, on the contrary, still, all the same, mind you. So try to remember at least the formal ones and the very formal ones, because they are going to be helpful when you do these speaking or writing tasks. So again, it's the same meaning. And let's have a look at the example here. The new procedures which have been implemented are not problem-free. They have, however, improved the efficiency of the department. Or petrol prices are rising at an alarming rate. Nonetheless, people are still driving their cars short distances. And finally, the tickets to the closing ceremony of the Olympics are really not within my price range. Still, it would be worthwhile going. So all these are expressing a contrast or difference or an unexpected result, as in a concession. Now, I would love to hear you guys give me an example before we do the activities. So maybe Stas can give us an example of maybe using an adverb from this list.
I need to make a sentence. On the other hand, I don't have any idea for this.
On the other hand, okay, so I need to make a sentence. On the other hand, I don't have an idea. I don't have any idea what to say, or nothing comes to mind.
Yeah.
All right, nothing comes to mind. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so there is a contrast there, isn't it? You're expressing a contrast. Very good. Anyone else would like to try?
I am.
Yes, go ahead, Maria.
In any case, I need to learn English because I want to raise up in my profession.
In any case, okay. But maybe you should mention another sentence before that.
What do you mean?
Yeah, just to express that there is a bit of a contrast. Yeah, because when we use these adverbs or transition signals, something has to have been, or something has to be said before, Yeah, you say
Ah,
nonetheless, or still, or in any case, I'm still learning English, or I still need to.
oh, can I change part of my sentence? I mean, if I want to raise in my professional or in my job, in any case, I need to learn. You mean this? I need to learn English, for example.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. So similar to what Stas did, you give us a sentence before you use one of the transition signals or adverbs.
Mm-hmm.
So see how they've used here. They've told us about something. See here, petrol prices are rising at an alarming rate. Nonetheless, or however, or nevertheless, people are still driving their cars short distances. So this is like the opposite idea, a contrasting idea. So it's not necessarily agreeing, yeah, with the first sentence, because the first sentence talks about the petrol prices are going up, they're rising, yeah, at a very high rate, an alarming rate. Still, people are, driving their cars short distances. It's like the people don't care.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe you could say about your, let's say you have a really busy schedule. You are working really hard. You hardly have any time to do anything. Nevertheless, I'm still attending these lessons, these English lessons. You see?
Yeah, I see.
Even though you can barely find the time to do it, you're still trying or attending.
And
okay.
also,
Yes,
snowing caused to big level of snow on the road, and cars have problem with riding. Nevertheless, I love this weather.
Yeah. Nevertheless, I still enjoy, spending my time outside when it's snowing, or I still enjoy this weather.
And still, what the meanings? I know that another meanings like still, like quiet, and also else, still, like else. But in this case, still, what's the meaning?
Still.
Informal.
Yeah.
And how
okay.
we can use it?
The tickets to the closing ceremony of the Olympics are really not within my price range. So it doesn't matter, because even though I can't afford it, still I will love to go. I still think it's worthwhile going. So still, it's almost like
it's equal. Nevertheless, yes.
Yeah, nevertheless, or however, you could also use it in this case. I still think it's worthwhile going. Yeah. All right, so I will give you the link for this, guys, so you can save it to your computer and practice it and look at this in more detail. But let us go and do at least one more activity, or one activity. Okay, so I will now open the. All right, here it is. So let's see if we can do some of these questions. See if we can form them using despite, however, still, and so on. So practice and consolidate your learning by completing our activities. Remember, you can refer to the study notes if you need help. The study notes, I've given you the link for that, so you can open it if you like. So rewrite the following sentences using the word or words in brackets. Okay, on the right. You may need to create new sentences and change punctuation. All right, so the first question. Although it was a hot day, Jill decided to go for a jog. How could you restructure this sentence and to use despite?
I don't see this
You don't see it?
Yes, only rules that you explained before have explained before, but not exercises. No exercises.
Does everyone see the activity sheet that I'm sharing? George, Artyom?
Me too. I have this problem.
Oh my God, what's going
We
on?
see a picture, then you look a little fat.
You see,
Oh, it's so unpolitely.
I just want to talk about it a long time ago.
No.
You in real life you're not so fat, but on this picture you look like you're fatty.
Really? I think
No,
maybe
no.
it's just the jacket.
Maybe, maybe.
Okay, let me try.
I think he's tease you.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he likes to tease.
No, I just
Yes,
talked
I
about
noticed
it
that.
a long time ago. Now I think it's appropriate
Okay,
time.
can you see it now?
Yes.
You can see the activity sheet.
Yes.
All right, let's go then. All right, so try to change the first sentence, but use despite. Who wants to try?
Maybe despite it was a hot day, Jill decided to go for a jog.
No. I think despite a hot day.
Okay, but we're missing a verb in this clause. So here they're saying it was a hot day.
Yes.
So despite
Being.
Who said being?
Me.
Well done, well done.
Yes, preposition.
But
Yes.
why can't we say despite a hot day?
Despite being a hot day, because it is a hot day, yeah? We have to use this auxiliary verb. So here we're going to make it continuous. So despite being a hot day,
Or in this case, I prefer using also because less problem with this.
yeah, but it's good to know how to use despite. This is really, really good if you can make sentences using despite and so on. Yeah, so despite being a hot day, Jill decided to go for a jog. Okay. What about the next one?
I think very simply. John apologized for his indiscretion. However, I doubt it was sincere.
Indiscretion, what is it?
Something wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. But is that all one sentence, or are those two sentences?
It may be one sentence and maybe two sentences. I made as one. Comma, however, I doubt it was sincere.
Okay, but you can also make it two sentences. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So John apologized for his indiscretion. Full stop. However, comma, I doubt it was sincere. Yeah. Very good. All right. I'm gonna have to leave you guys, so I'll give you the link for this. This is a good practice for you. You have the answers for each of these sentences, and yeah, let me just quickly copy this and give you the link. Okay, there you go. Are there any questions?
No, see you in the next class.
All good.
Bye.
All right. Very nice to meet you, George and Ramin.
Yeah.
I hope to see you guys soon. I have another lesson in about 5 minutes or so. So if you have time, please join then.
Thank you.
All right, take care, guys. See you later, everyone.
See you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you.